Hey everybody, it's Shamika, and in preparation for 2020 and making sure that your personal credit is on point and correct, as well as your business credit reports, I wanted to remind each and every one of you that this is the perfect time to pull your annual credit report. So if you're not familiar with annualcreditreport.com, it is a website that is completely free that allows you to order your TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian credit reports for free. All you got to do is you can print out the application and mail it in, or you can fill it out and request and see your reports right online. But that is not what I made this video about, okay? Everybody is aware of those 3 national credit bureaus that actually report information about you. But did you know that there are credit bureaus that are called specialty credit bureaus, and they actually print specialty credit reports? So these are, if you individuals are wondering, how did somebody find out that I got evicted? Well, there's websites they can go to. They can put your information in. They can have a paid subscription, and they can see your rental history. They can see your work history. They can see your banking history, right? So I'm going to give you guys access to 47, that's right, 47 additional credit bureaus that you can go and pull your credit reports from for free. Now, these are not going to be the TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. These are going to be completely different. So there's going to be, and I'm looking over here on my list, I have it. So there's an employment screening credit bureau. There's a tenant screening credit bureau. There's a bunch of those. There's a check and bank screening. There's a personal property insurance screening. There's a medical screening, low income and subprime screening. They got supplementary reports, utilities, retail, and gaming. So if you're a gamer, yes, they have a report on you that they have been tracking what you purchase and what you buy. For retail, if you're an individual that likes to go and return items a lot, yes, your name goes into a system, and there is a report that can be generated about you and your history. If you have a lot of returns, utilities, if you don't pay them, not only will they put it on your credit report that you missed a payment. Now, they won't list that you did pay, but they will put when you don't pay. But if you are constantly getting your utilities shut off or not paying, they have a credit bureau that reports that. The supplementary reports would be anything. They can range from anything. It could be insurance and automobile insurance. It can be information about credit cards, identity theft. That could be anything. When you actually click the link, and yes, I did put it below, it will take you to the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, and they actually put together a booklet every single year of specialty credit bureaus. And so that link is below, and then you could be able to click or write in for your free credit report so that you can see them. And yes, I do suggest that you get all 50 if your name is in all 50 databases. Anytime anybody has anything on you, you should verify to make sure the information is correct. Okay, you won't want anything about you incorrect, because it ultimately affects your ability to get personal credit, and it affects your ability if you're a business owner and you have business credit. So the low income and subprime, that's another credit report. Just I really personally don't like this one because this really separates the who's from the who, but it does give out some information if you're considered a low income. They do have a medical report, so if you're a person that doesn't pay your medical bills, there's probably going to be a report listing what you did or did not pay, or what your outstanding bills are. It could also give some information about who you've released information to if you've been in the hospital a lot for car accidents, for example, and you need to send your information to other insurance companies. It's going to show on this report where you gave the release to release your information to other companies. The credit and bank screening, this is probably the most important one. If you guys haven't heard of early warning systems, if you haven't heard of check systems, this is where you can go and see those reports. So if you have banks that you owe money, it's going to show it right there, and you can dispute it, you can freeze it, you can do a lot of different things with these, and I'll talk about that in a second. There's tenant screening, of course, so if you have prior evictions, that's going to show. Employment screening, That's going to show your employment history. And then, of course, you got your regular nationwide consumer reporting agencies, and those are TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. So with some of these companies, right, so it's going to be 50 on this list. You do have the option to request to see your report. Like I said, you can dispute if it's something on there that you don't like or you don't agree, and it's the statute of limitations passed or whatever it may be that you see that you don't like. You have the right to dispute. Okay, they also have the right to send it to you for free. But some of these companies do give you the option to freeze your reports, and I would suggest that you freeze them. And the reason why is because this way they cannot just voluntarily or arbitrarily just give out your information to other companies without your consent. So if you freeze it, it freezes that right, so they can't just pass your information out to anybody. Now sometimes, I'm just going to give you the disclaimer that sometimes that can get in the way. For example, if you freeze check systems, which is the banking report, sometimes that could come up when you try to go and open up a bank account, and they may say, well, we need you to unfreeze it so that we can see what you have. So keep in mind that some places may ask you to unfreeze it. So when you do freeze it with these companies, they will send you a security code. And so when you get that, take my advice, save it in your phone under your contacts so that you can always retrieve it when you need, because you will need it in order to, like I said, to unfreeze. If you don't have it, you're going to have to request another one, and you're just going to have to wait. And that application that you may have pending will have to hold even longer now, okay? So, again, to prepare for 2020 and to make sure that your information is recording correctly, this is the time to go and collect that information from these companies that are reported about you. It is absolutely free, and it is your right. So the link is below. Check it out. And they're called specialty credit bureaus and specialty credit reports. Do some research and look it up if you want to know more about it. And thank you guys again for tuning in. This is Shamika. Please subscribe and share my video if this can help somebody else. I appreciate you. Stay tuned. I got more coming.